other side of the seagrass. One swell. The cast out. Hey, get the heck off my thing, man. Both sides. Maybe a little overcooked. This is the north jetty of Morro Bay, and I'm on the harbor side, and as you can see, it's one heck of a foggy day. Brought a little sabiki rig with me today because I've seen bait fish out here in these tide pools, and I'm trying to catch some. The plan was to catch some bait fish on this side, the harbor side, and go over and fish the other side of the north jetty with the bait fish. But as you can see, all I caught was a bunch of seagrass. Pretty good at that. I kind of thought that might happen, which is why I brought the kayak down here instead of just hiking over to the north jetty. Option 2, take the sabiki rig, troll around out there a little bit, and maybe pick up some bait fish out there. But before I left the north jetty over there, I went and took a look at the ocean side. I should have filmed it, but it was way too surgy, so no fishing over there, even if I had bait fish. Now I'm thinking maybe I'll troll around the bay a little bit with live bait. I kind of felt like paddling the old kayak today anyway, and so I did. I paddled over here and I paddled over there trying to find the best place to get some bait fish, but I'm really good at catching seagrass. Did I tell you that? Yeah, here I'm over by the buoy. I figured there's going to be bait fish over there, but no, just more seagrass. So then I decided, okay, how about if I troll around with a swim bait? See, the fog is clearing up there. Who knows? Maybe there's something out there in the bay looking for a nice swim bait today. I never tried it before. Got it on the little pole. Worst that can happen is I get a little experience. Of course, that gave us a nice reason to yak around the bay for a while. But after a little while, about an hour or so, my back started getting tired. I started thinking, I need a hike. Now, if you've watched my videos and you notice that almost any time I come over to the bay to do something over here on the harbor, I kind of end up over on the South Jetty, and this video is no different. After all, what's a better hike than down the South Jetty? There might be a tasty cabezon out there. First, we got to land the kayak here without drenching all my camera equipment, which is why we skipped that one swell and are just letting the breaker here push us on in. Whee! So after looking at the north jetty there and seeing how much surge was over there that prevented me from fishing, I'm thinking my best bet on the south jetty is going to be inside the harbor. But once I got out there, it was kind of amazing. The swell is so north that the rock and the north jetty are really doing a great job blocking these swells. So I'm fishing on the ocean side. Pretty far out on the jetty here, so I cast it out as far as I could just to see if there's something around out there. Let that sinker sink straight down. That's why I'm pulling the string out. I don't want it to swing towards me. But after a couple casts out there, nary a bite. Started getting a little bored and started checking the holes next to me. Anything down that hole? Maybe something down that hole. That one's actually a pretty good hole. And I turned my back on the ocean here and got splashed. But as I told you before, I wrapped tape or a little bit of electrical tape around my action cams. They're cheap, and if I get a splash, that way a little leak through the power hole doesn't stop it forever. So instead of casting out a ways, I just chucked it out about 10 foot out there, and as soon as it hit the water, you could feel something happen. Like a fish brushed the line, got my attention. Then I started getting a series of bites just like that. It just keeps kind of hitting it. It won't take it, but every few seconds, I can feel a bite down there, or there's a school maybe. Some are looking at it, trying to decide. I'm worried a swell's going to come up here any second and wash it all away. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Just on the edge. You gotta just be so patient. I actually probably edited it out in a minute or two, but then finally the bite starts getting serious. This thing puts up a nice little fight. Look at that. Nice brown. Woo! These are some tasty fishes, man. I got fish at home, but I'm bringing this back. That is beautiful. Yeah. Holy shit. No power in that one. Seems my oldest cam's glitching, or maybe I need a new card in it. So yeah, look at that. Brown rockfish. Gonna take that right home. It's my favorite fish. Those things are so good. The flesh is so firm. Sadly, I didn't get it on the other camera. Oh. Can't believe I didn't get that. Some deep crevices out here, so be careful if you come on out. You see the structure on the gill of that rockfish? Those things will cut you. That's why I've got pliers out. It's just slice you. They're razor sharp. You can see the tide is rising and the swell's picking up there, but I decided I want to give this one more try and see if I can get it on both cameras. Plus, this is the nicest place I've ever found to fish on the South Jetty. Just a nice platform to stand on. I can see some big waves coming, so I'm going to wait till they come through. There's like 10 minutes in between these sets or more. I cast out about 20 feet there, and I'm hoping the weight swings down and ends up, about 10 foot off the jetty here. That's where I think they're at. And once again, I can tell something's happening right away. Swell came through, so I got hooked on some seaweed and I lost the bait, so I'm going to put some more on, try it again real quick. That cast was actually a little far, so I reel it in, try to get it right where I think it should be. And sure as heck, as soon as I got a little tension on the line, I can tell there's interest in the bait right away. Boom! No waiting around for bites this time. I don't know what's on here, but there's fight. What? Another brownie. Alrighty. Check it out. Very nice. And we're going to let this guy go. Check this out, buddy. This is a real nice fish, hooked perfectly through the lip, so I'm going to let it go. Put it back in the ocean for next time. Some of us know the spot now. Just a school of them out there. Oh yeah. Sweet. Okay, now we're going to get this. Okay, double thumbs up on that one. Let's get out of here. Well, I didn't really get a chance to do an intro this morning. Just came on out. I was trying to do a North Jetty video. I wanted to catch some live bait over there and work the other side. But swells were bigger than I thought. As usual, the swells are bigger than I thought. Just couldn't get in over there. So, Then we decided, well, maybe we'll, you know, troll the bay a little bit in my yak. That didn't work, didn't get any bites. So we decided, well, out to the south jetty, the last resort. And I'm way out here. Check this out. I'm at the end. I love those brown rockfish. All right, I'm going to hike back. We're all done. Going home. Eat some fish. First, we're going to stop and do a little fillet job. And I always keep the skin on. You should always keep the skin on if you're going to fillet them, just in case the ranger, so he knows that they're not a cabezon or a lingcod. Time to share a little bounty with the Seagulls. Them do a little big time wrestling over it. Yeah, watch this seagull come in here and kick that guy off. First he gives him a couple squawks, and then he says, hey, get the heck off my thing, man. Look, he scares him off again, and then now he's giving the victory yell. These guys check out where I was filleting, but then they chicken out for some reason. And then this next guy comes flying right in. Apparently he's a little more cheeky, as they say. Runs right in. See, that's the guy that's going to steal your squid if you leave it out. Now the Seagulls got their brown rockfish, and I got mine, so it's time to head on home. Gotta paddle back across the bay. Here's the sped up version of me crossing the channel. So yeah, we took those fillets home and ate them that day. Fried them up in a nice Panko coating. It was delicious, I gotta tell you. Then I figured I'd just do a nice cooking portion on here with some fish I had in the freezer, because I still have that cabezon. But sadly my refrigerator went out, so I had to go buy a new one. Before I did, the fish thawed out, so I kept it for crab bait. But I decided what I'm going to do instead is just show you how to make chicken tenders with a nice Panko coating, because either way it's tasty. Okay, it was a great trip and had a lot of fun when I was doing it, so please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. As I said, my refrigerator went out, so instead of making rockfish tenders, we're going to make some nice Panko chicken tenders today. Editing the video, and notice the clip in the foreground there, that's for sealing my flour, if you're wondering. The production budget doesn't allow for retakes. As you saw, I removed the skin and I trimmed off any excess fat, and now we're going to fillet off a nice chicken breast. In fact, we're going to fillet off the chicken breast off both sides. Using my crazy sharp knife I picked up at the warehouse store for like $3.99. And then we're going to chop up the chicken breast in some nice 3/4 inch strips or so. Next we'll do a little dry brining, or basically just put a little salt all over, you know, I don't know, a couple tablespoons of salt, and then put them in a plastic bag, and we're going to let osmosis drive that salt right into the meat. Letting your chicken sit with salt on it for overnight, it makes it so much better. The salt inside the meat. People are going to say this is the most delicious stuff ever. So it's really important if you ask me. So once you're ready to start, first thing we're going to do is add a nice cup of flour, and then we're going to add some spices, and a teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of savory, teaspoon of white pepper, teaspoon of sage, teaspoon of rosemary, maybe a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of black pepper. I usually add a tablespoon of paprika, and of course a tablespoon of salt. Once all the stuff's in place, we're going to close that up and do the old shaky. I want to get it really well mixed up. Once it's mixed up, you can let it sit for an hour or use it right away. But before you use it, you're going to have to remove all the flour, the excess flour there. So you can see I got a colander. We're going to cut off all the flour and put all the pieces back inside the plastic bag. We're going to save a bowl and just add the egg directly to the bag there. So get yourself an egg and get it all mixed up really well, and just pour it right inside the bag. The other option is just take 3 eggs and put them in a bowl and dip your pieces in that before we put them into the bread. But this way, put the egg in the bag and mix until all the dry spots are gone. And then for our coating, we're going to use Panko because they're delicious, but you could use any type of breadcrumbs or whatever your favorite coating is. And so, but first get your oil up to 330, and then we're going to go ahead and dip each piece into the Panko and then put them right into the frying pan. And then we're going to let those fry about 2-3 minutes aside until nice and golden brown. You can see the ones that went in first are obviously a lot more brown. The pan's hotter. You got to maintain your heat. And then check them. They need to be at least 160. That one's 185. Maybe a little overcooked. Sure, it's going to be delicious anyway. Panko tenders for a rockfish or chicken or whatever you want to fry. They're delicious. I suggest you try them. They're all ready for a nice salad or a sandwich, whatever you need. Well, that was a fun adventure, and that Panko chicken tenders were tasty, and that rockfish was really tasty. Here's some more stuff for you on the way out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, share the video. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be nice. I keep trying to make more videos, but you got to time the swell, and we all have to work and everything like that. So I've had a few requests for more videos. I'm working on them. I always like to get out there and go fishing. Swell's a little tough right now, but I'll see you next time.